So, like I said, I had a special video planned for this weekend, and this is what I'm talking about right here. Hey guys, what's going on? It's Daniel Strung from QuickTime Reactions, and welcome back to Noobs for Horror October, where I, a relative noob in the world of horror, take you down this, crazy and winding road of spooks and scares throughout the month of October. And this movie, I did not think I would see uh, on the big screen. I thought I would have to wait for like reactions on YouTube, but nope. I actually managed to get a ticket to see this on the big screen. I am, of course, talking about the newest adaptation of Frankenstein. This stars Oscar Isaac, jacobelordi, Felix Kammerer, miagoth, as well as so many others. And this tells the story of Victor Frankenstein, his youth, his upbringing, and his desire to try and take life back from the jaws of death. When he inadvertently creates new life, he immediately fears his creation and tries to run away. However, his creation inevitably finds him. So, this movie had me excited because of the man who was writing and directing this movie. It was written and directed by the wickedly crazy yet wickedly talented Guillermo del Toro. And although I will be the first person to admit that I have not seen a lot of Guillermo's work, I know of it. Pan's Labyrinth, his Pinocchio movie that also was released on Netflix, Shape of Water, as well as Blade 2, by the way. He directed Blade 2. And I know of his affinity of, loving monsters and the wickedly weird, as we should say. So when I heard that he was doing this movie, I wanted to try and find some way to see this, but Netflix was going to distribute it, and it's not going to be out on their platform until November 7th. However, they are doing a limited theatrical run, which started, I think, last week on October 17th. And I did have to do just a tiny bit of traveling, but I was able to see this on the big screen. And let me tell you, this movie is gorgeous. It is absolutely gorgeous. Let's just start out with cast performances. Oscar Isaac, I've loved him in pretty much everything that I've seen him in, starting back in the Star Wars days, the sequel trilogy, him as Poe Dameron, leading into him with his Marvel stuff. I know X-Men Apocalypse, but I doesn't get all the love in the world, but I think he does a pretty good job as Apocalypse. And then of course him as Mark Spector, Stephen Grant in Moon Knight. He's awesome in that, and he's awesome here. He's really, really, really good in this movie, and it was just so cool to see him, go show that range that he has, where he can go big, but he can also be, really quiet. He can be very happy, but he can also be very sad as well, which was a really, really cool thing. Jacob Elordi as what the credits deem as the creature. I thought he looked A, awesome, and B, portrayed it pretty well. There I don't want to say there's a routine, but there is a way of portraying the creature in popular culture, where, it's like the outstretched arms, the green skin, flat topped head, similar to my head, bolts in the neck, so on and so forth. But I think what Del Toro did and what the effects team did, because the effects team did a really good job of making the creature look so good and so unique and so tailored to the way Del Toro told this version of the story. Um, and Elordi just helped add on to that, I think, immensely so, where, he's, this big hulking dude, but, he's learning things for the first time, and that kind of, innocence shows. And I also like that throughout like the movie, he grows out the hair, and the hair grows out, he like learns more about the world. His vocabulary gets more extensive. So I thought that was a really cool touch as well. Even the way the story was told in this, I thought was very interesting. They broke it up into a couple of parts, where there is a prelude portion, Victor's portion, and then the creatures portion. And I think that was really smart to do, because where the creature story picks up is like immediately after like Victor's story ends. So we get to follow him, and we get to see, him make a friend and then have his like innocence basically destroyed by the world. And then his final confrontation, I wouldn't say final confrontation, but one of his big confrontations with Victor, he says like, I am your creation, but now I am your master, that's such a great line. And also it's like one of the lines that also hit pretty big in the movie is like Victor's brother, William, is like, he says to him like, you are the monster, which that is such a Guillermo del Toro like concept to explore, like who really is the monster in these movies? Is it the creator or the creation? Like that is such a Guillermo del Toro thing to talk about. Miagoth also was really, really good in this as well. For like the little bits that she had in the movie, I thought she did a really good job in it as well. The production design, absolutely magnificent. Like in my heart of hearts, I would want this to get nominated for an Oscar for production design. If I'm being at all honest with myself, I want this to be nominated for best production design. But we're just going to have to wait and see. But production design, costume design is absolutely A1. It's incredible. The music by Alexander Desplat, I also thought was really, really good. Combining nice orchestration with some cool choral stuff here and there. I thought really worked for the mood and the atmosphere that Del Toro was creating. Yeah, man, I think the only thing that people might have a bit of a gripe with is the way that they told this story, because it focuses a lot on, the lead up to the creation of the monster. And we do get some time with the monster, but not like the entire length of the movie is dedicated to the monster. And I see this more in line with like what Oppenheimer was. It's telling the story of the man who created the creature, but you also have to kind of satisfy, you know, the classic monster movie heads out there that are wanting to go see this. You have to show, the monster and his transformation and all that stuff. So it really all depends on if you are an avid fan of the original source material, Mary Shelley's Frankenstein book. Um, so that would probably be like my only like concern. I wouldn't say it as like a negative towards the movie, but that's my only concern is like, how are people going to accept this version or this telling of the story? And so far, I think people are digging it, and I certainly dug it for sure. But yeah, this movie was absolutely amazing. Amazing performances from the cast, beautiful production design and costuming. Score was really, really good, and just an absolute masterwork by Guillermo del Toro. If you can, try and see this in a theater as best as you can, but it will also be out on Netflix relatively soon, so you can enjoy it from the comforts of your own home. But that is just my opinion. What did you guys think of Frankenstein? Let me know down in the comments below. But yeah, I think that's pretty much it for me, guys. Be safe out there, and remember, fire good for keeping you warm, but fire bad because it could set you on fire. I'm just saying. And I will catch you guys next time.